my turn. Can we just talk about this?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need you-know-who.
This is a bad idea.
When has that ever stopped me?
Sonic collectors and fans, we've got our hands on the Crab Mech Battle playset retailing for $29.99. Let's attach its arms and legs. So excited to get it unboxed. The Crab Mech Battle playset looks incredibly cool. Notice all the intricate detailing up close. This Crab Mech features movable legs. No additional hinge on its legs, movable arms in different directions, a hinge joint, swiveling claws, and pinching claws with the press of a button. What's cool? There's a trap door. Let's load Sonic into the seat and let him fall into the hole. And voila! The Crab Mech's eye can actually extend out. It's somewhat flexible. This super cute 2.5-inch Sonic the Hedgehog figure is included. It's the same figure as the standalone 2.5-inch Sonic figure. Wait, what the hell? It's the Dark Rider.
No cheat codes.
Shadow wins. Whoa, Shadow's riding up the side of the building. He jumps off his bike. Sonic's coming toward him. We've got our hands on the Shadow and Motorcycle playset for an exciting unboxing adventure. Let's get him unboxed. Riding the Dark Rider. Shadow's a fierce and mysterious foe who's determined to accomplish his goals and won't let anything stand in his way. With authentic movie-inspired styling, gorgeous paint, and sculpt, 5-inch Shadow looks badass on his bike. His eyes look great, even though he doesn't have those acrylic eyes. He sports red stripes on his spines, arms, and legs with a white chest puff. And those iconic air shoes that he uses like hover skates. Look at those little fur details. So wait, that's one sweet looking ride. Very sporty and stylish with red accents. I love the sculpting and all the little details like the fairing with windshield, handlebars with mounted mirrors, taillights, and nice wheel detailing. That's cool that the bike can stand with a working kickstand, and the steering handles can control the front wheel. Shadow can actually ride his motorcycle. His hands grip onto the handlebars, and his feet attached to the foot pegs. Shadow has 13 points of articulation. Shadow rotates his head. It moves forward and backward, and there's head pivot. He rotates his arms and has outward arm pivot. He has elbow movement and elbow rotation. He has leg movement and outward leg pivot. He also has knee movement, knee rotation, and foot movement. His tail doesn't move. So the individually packed Shadow has more articulation.
We got a rogue alien on the loose. How do we find it?
Start with a giant fireball?
I love it. Let's start with a giant fireball.
Here's the 5-inch Action 4-pack retailing for $54.99 at Target. Wow. I love how Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow are showcased in an epic battle scene inspired by Sonic Movie 3. The bottom of the ninth. Tie score. Sonic's at the plate, but on the mound, also Sonic. Let's kick off with Sonic, the video game icon and star of Sonic Movie 3. Man, the blue blur has never looked more amazing in figure form. Love his new facial expression. He's given off a ton of attitude. Notice he has even more translucent parts on his quills. Press the button on his chest to light up Sonic's eyes and quills. Very cool. Let's talk articulation. No butterfly joints. He doesn't have any ab rotation and crunch. Around here, we simply grip each other's hands tightly. Knuckles breaks his hand. Ow! Ah! You crushed my favorite hand! Here's 5-inch scale Knuckles the Echidna. Digging Knuckles' fantastic facial sculpt with those acrylic amethyst eyes. I wish his eyes didn't have the weird cut in them. A pointy black nose with a peach muzzle. Love his beautifully sculpted and painted dreadlock-like spines and the fur detailing. He's got a white crescent-shaped patch of fur on his chest, large white boxing gloves with pointy spiked knuckles, a tri-crooked tail, and his signature red and yellow mountain boots with a green folded down interior. You can even see details underneath his boots. Very nice.
We don't want to fight you.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
Knuckles, no!
Let's talk articulation. Knuckles rotates his head a bit with some up and down movement and some head pivot. He can do an ab crunch forward and backward, as well as side to side. He can also rotate 360 degrees at his torso. His arms have limited movement with outward arm pivot. He has slight butterfly joints. He has a bicep cut, elbow movement, and elbow rotation. He has wrist rotation and bend. His gloves open and close. His legs have pretty decent range of motion. He has thigh cut, knee bend, knee rotation, ankle rotation, and ankle pivot. His tail doesn't move. Knuckles can stand on his own. A police car ran right over Knuckles.
Come on, get in. I'm on your side.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Everyone calls me Tails. You're probably wondering why.
Let me guess. Because of the extra tail?
Next up, we have Tails. 5-inch Tails looks adorable with his angry expression. I love his new facial expression. He's wearing white socks and red and white shoes with black soles which are film accurate. It's time to awaken the ultimate life form. Welcome to the world, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Wait here. I'll be back. I promise.
Take him out. Project Shadow is far beyond anything we've ever encountered. 5-inch Shadow looks like one badass villain. His facial expression looks very similar to 5-inch Shadow's. It's slightly different. Press the button on Shadow's chest to illuminate his eyes and quills. Now that's what I'm talking about. Let's talk articulation. No butterfly joints. There's no torso movement. You blue buffoon! You ruin all my plans! Sonic shredded his way down the mountain. An army of drones chased him along with Robotnik and Knuckles. With a bald head and goggles, 2.5-inch Robotnik actually looks pretty good for this scale. He's got his signature long and curly mustache, his beautiful red and black flight suit, black gloves, black pants, and black shoes. Robotnik rotates his head, he moves his arms, and has outward pivot. He moves his legs. It's Ultimate Sonic, and he's huge! In a flurry of flying blows, Sonic unleashed on the mech. Clink! Sonic kicked the robot down. Later, hater. We've got our hands on the Ultimate Talking Sonic action figure, retailing for $49.99 at Target. Let's take a quick look at the package. 30+ sounds and lights, and light up eyes and quills. Let's get this bad boy unleashed. Standing an impressive 14 inches tall, here's Ultimate Talking Sonic out of the package in his full glory. He features those glossy, realistic acrylic eyes that look super cool. I love Sonic's texturized fur details and how his spikes are sculpted with quills. He has speaker holes on his chest. Thankfully, it's not a terrible eyesore. His speedy sneakers look fantastic. Press Sonic's hands in to activate phrases and sounds. Ultimate Talking Sonic features over 30 iconic and humorous phrases and sounds from Sonic Movie 1 and 2. Press Sonic's chest to activate light up eyes and quills. In on mode, let's supercharge Sonic by pressing and holding Sonic's chest for 2 seconds. Ultimate Talking Sonic features 15 articulation points. Sonic's head has limited rotation, his arms rotate backward and forward, and his arms pivot outward. He has some elbow bend and elbow rotation. His wrists partially rotate, his fingers move outward and inward as a group, but his thumbs are fixed in place. His legs have limited range of motion. His legs can rotate and he can do the splits. He has some knee bend and knee rotation. His feet rotate. Sadly, his tail doesn't move. You can pose Sonic and have him stand on his own in your display. Knuckles, no! Yeah! Let's kick off with Sonic, the video game icon and star of Sonic Movie 3. Meet 5-inch Sonic.
I'm Sonic, a little ball of super energy in an extremely handsome package.
Man, the blue hedgehog has never looked sweeter in figure form. I know it hasn't always been easy, but you didn't change who you are in here.
Yeah, in my lungs.
Check that out. He has those realistic green acrylic eyes that follow you. Really nice facial sculpt with that nose, mouth, and those ears. Notice he has translucent parts on his quills. Too bad they don't light up. He has a short, pointy tail. Nice paint in his chest area. Love the fur details throughout. Sonic's got on his white gloves and white socks. And he's even wearing his signature super speedy red and white striped Pumas. Check that out. He's even got details underneath the soles of his shoes. He features 22 points of articulation for dynamic action posing.
Quick stretch, little snack, and here we go.
Sonic rotates his head. He moves forward and backward with some head pivot. He moves at the abdomen with rotation and a crunch. He has arm movement, butterfly arm articulation, a bicep cut, and elbow movement. His wrists rotate and bend. Interestingly, his fingers can open and close. He has leg movement, thigh rotation, knee movement, and his ankles rotate and pivot. Sonic can stand on his own.
He is much more impressive than the hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
You're a colorful bunch.
Next, we have Shadow. Here's a quick look at the package. Let's get this bad boy unboxed. Shadow's a fierce and mysterious foe who's determined to accomplish his goals and won't let anything stand in his way. 5-inch Shadow looks like one badass villain. Shadow has red eyes with that acrylic look, a black nose with a tan muzzle, small triangular ears with tan canals. He's got 7 quills on the back of his head adorned with stylish red stripes and a short pointy tail. Love that white patch of fur on his chest. Like Sonic, he's also got those nice fur details. He's wearing white gloves, white and black hover shoes with red soles, plus undersole details. And he's accessorized with gold rings on his wrists and ankles. He just used a dude's face as a spring. Did you see that roundhouse kick? What a badass! Shadow took out the entire army. Shadow has 22 points of articulation for striking cool action poses. Shadow's head rotates, it moves forward and backward, and there's head pivot. He has arm movement, butterfly arm articulation, bicep rotation, and elbow bend. His wrists rotate and bend. Like Sonic, his fingers open and close. He has waist rotation, and he can do a crunch. He has leg movement, thigh rotation, and knee bend. His ankles rotate, pivot side to side, and move up and down. Shadow has no problem standing on his own.
This is sad, Robotnik. Even for you.
We need your help.
If I can't rule the world, I might as well save it.
Next, we have Dr. Robotnik. Let's quickly check out the package. Let's get him unboxed. Robotnik proves that you can't keep an evil genius down for long and sets his sights on world domination. No big deal. Man, check out 5-inch Robotnik. Bearing a resemblance to Jim Carrey from the movie, he literally looks like he leapt out of the Sonic movies and into the real world. He has that signature Civil War era inspired mustachio. Papa's got a brand new stash. Ha! Suction goggles with red lenses on his head and a bald head. They did a pretty good job with his eyes. Gotta love that smile of his. Love his stylish signature red and black flight suit. He's got on black gloves, black pants, and black shoes. Check out those cool details behind. I got him! I finally got him! Robotnik has 20 articulation points to bring him to life. Robotnik rotates his head. He has up and down movement and head pivot. He has arm movement, butterfly arm movement, outward arm pivot, bicep rotation, and elbow movement. His wrists rotate and bend, but his fingers don't move. He rotates at the waist and can crunch forward and backward. He has leg movement, knee bend, and a ball-jointed ankle. Robotnik can stand on his own.
Did your butt just turn into a helicopter?
A budcopter! Oh, only Sonic the Hedgehog could come up with something like that.
Next up, we have Tails. Let's get him unboxed. Tails is Sonic's best bud. Using his brains, tons of gadgets, and of course his 2 tails, he'll do everything he can for his friends. Aw, how cute is 5-inch Tails? He has a fantastic facial sculpt that looks so happy and friendly. He's got 3 bangs protruding from his head. With those acrylic eyes, his blue eyes appear to follow you. He has white fur around his muzzle with cheek tufts and a painted mouth. Tails has his distinct twin tails due to a genetic mutation. In fact, he uses them to rotate like helicopter rotors. Like Sonic, Tails also has some nice fur details. He's wearing cuffed white gloves, white socks, and red and white shoes with gray soles. Tails sports 20 articulation points. Tails rotates his head. With up and down movement and some head pivot, he has arm movement, butterfly arm movement, outward arm movement, and elbow bend. His wrist rotates and bends. His fingers also move. He has leg movement and knee bend. His ankles rotate, pivot, and move up and down. His twin tails can move together, or you can move them individually. If you want Tails to stand, both tails need to be grounded. Otherwise, he just falls over with the weight of his tails.
Don't worry, I know exactly what to do.
Sonic collectors and fans, we've got our hands on the 2.5-inch movie gift pack retailing for $19.99. This pack includes Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, Buzz Bomber, and drone accessories. Sorry, Tails isn't included. 2.5-inch Sonic looks super cute and expressive, but he's not accurate to the movie. His eyes look a bit off, to say the least. I actually prefer his look from Sonic Movie 2. Also, his quills seem to be a bit short. He's got nice paint with a clean stomach area, white gloves with open hands, and his signature red and white sneakers. Standing 2.5 inches tall, Shadow's easily my favorite figure in this collection. The sculpt, paint, and detailing are all really well done. He's got those cool red striped accents, accurate quills, that white patch of fur on his chest, one closed fist and one open one, ring accessories, and those super cool hover shoes. I actually really like this 2.5-inch Knuckles figure with that angry expression. He's a big improvement over the Sonic 2 Knuckles figure, especially that facial sculpt. He has a white crest-shaped patch on his chest. He's wearing 2 white boxing gloves with pointy spiked knuckles attached. Overall, he has a nice sculpt and paint with some red and yellow mountain boots. There are even details under his soles. A bee-based Baddock model created by Dr. Robotnik, 2.5-inch Buzz Bomber, looks pretty cool. It has a large, pronounced abdomen, a sharp red stinger, white plating, 2 rockets on either side, and a singular red eye for a head. It comes with a removable, transparent display stand. This drone accessory is also included as part of the set. It's lacking paint detailing on the exterior. What's cool? It can open and close its wings for added play value. Let's talk articulation. Sonic rotates his head, he moves his arms, and has outward pivot. He moves his legs, his feet rotate. Shadow moves his head, he moves his arms with outward pivot. He also moves his legs and feet rotate. Knuckles moves his head, his arms move and pivot outward, his legs move, and his feet can move. Buzz Bomber's head can move, his neck also moves.
Knuckles, no!
Gotta go fast. I'm gonna do what any grown-up would do, buy all the Sonic toys. Let's check out the Sonic Movie 3 5-inch action figures, each retailing for $14.99. Meet 5-inch Sonic. Man, the blue hedgehog has never looked sweeter in figure form.
I just got goosebumps. Wait a second, did you steal that from Oprah?
He's got his signature speedy red shoes. And check that out, he has those realistic acrylic eyes. He features 22 points of articulation for dynamic posing. Aw, how cute is 5-inch Tails?
Everyone calls me Tails. You're probably wondering why.
Let me guess, because of the extra tail?
That's right! I should have known you'd get that.
Sonic's best friend and sidekick, Tails, has his distinct twin tails. With those acrylic eyes, his eyes appear to follow you. He looks like he leapt right off the big screen. Too cute to resist. Tails sports 20 articulation points. 5-inch Shadow looks like one badass villain. Really nice sculpt and paint.
You're a colorful bunch.
Love his cool shoes. The designers have done a stellar job with these figures. Like Sonic, Shadow has 22 points of articulation for striking cool action poses. Man, check out 5-inch Robotnik.
If I can't rule the world, I might as well save it!
He literally looks like he leapt out of the Sonic movies and into the real world. Love his stylish red and black jacket. Robotnik has 20 articulation points to bring him to life. Check out this 12-inch scale Ultimate Talking Sonic from Target, retailing for a whopping $49.99. Sonic looks full of attitude. Man, that's one freaking badass looking Sonic figure. Perfect for my collection. He has over 30 phrases and sounds, light up eyes and quills, and he even has 15 articulation points. Oh yeah! Here's the Sonic 3 2.5-inch movie collection from Target, retailing for $19.99. This minifigure collection includes Knuckles, Sonic, Shadow, Buzz Bomber, and a drone. Come on, give fans the entire collection in one pack. Also look for individually packed 2.5-inch minifigures of Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, and Robotnik that retail for $5 a pop at Walmart. Retailing for $19.99, check out the official 13-inch scale Sonic Movie 3 Deluxe plush figure with authentic styling inspired by the movie. Notice he's got those shiny acrylic eyes. Love his look. Sonic's so cute. A world of fun, huggable adventures await. Meet the 9-inch Sonic 3 basic plushies from Jakks Pacific, retailing for $9.97 each at Walmart. Here's Sonic, Tails, Shadow, and Knuckles. How adorably cute are these? Launching October 6th, look for this Sonic the Hedgehog 5-inch action figure set 4-pack, retailing for $54.99. It features 5-inch movie-inspired versions of Sonic, Shadow, Tails, and Knuckles. Knuckles appears to be exclusive to this pack for now. Pre-orders are available now at Target.com. Damn, I know that feels like an eternity, but I need Knuckles in my collection. So how much did this haul cost? Holy What Sonic 3 movie toys or collectibles are you most excited about adding to your collection?